Richard Strauss was born in 1864 and died in 1949. He was the son of a very well-known French horn player of the time, so he was born into music and at a very young age showed an incredible facility, not only for playing the piano, but for composing. Everything came easy to him.
Salome is an extraordinary work. The young Richard Strauss is completely seized by this Oscar Wilde play that he sees. And of course, you know, one of the things that I find most fascinating, the composer is essentially the dramatist in opera. He has to work with a librettist. There have been some incredible partnerships over the years, but the quality of how the storytelling is going to come out is really in the hands of the composer, who shapes the piece and what creates this emotional soundscape through music. I mean, think of it, you have this piece of paper and then he takes his pencil pen and out comes Salome.
We find ourselves in 1905. We're at the Semper Oper in Dresden, and it is the 9th of December, the first night of Salome, an opera based on the play by Oscar Wilde. This opera is like no other opera, and it certainly caused a scandal when it was first performed.
The zeitgeist, I mean, Strauss, I think, was always completely aware and responsive to what was happening in psychological developments. Freud, of course, comes through greatly in the libretto, where we're dealing, of course, with notions of hysteria, but there's also an element in Salome of the growing understanding of women's rights, and there is a great sense of Salome's independence, how she breaks free, albeit in a very extreme way.
Salome is the daughter of Herodias. Herodias is now married to Herod, and Herod is keeping John the Baptist as prisoner, and Salome attempts to seduce him, but to no avail. So angry is she that when Herod asks her to dance for him and says that he would give her anything she wants if she dances for him, she says, okay, I will dance for you. And she dances for him. The price being to have the head of John the Baptist on a silver platter.
Salome's grown up in this horribly corrupted court of Herod and Herodias. Her mother has had many, many, many lovers, apart from the two husbands she's had. Salome is revolted by the behavior of her mother and her stepfather. As a reaction to this, she has become obsessed and in a way kind of fallen in obsessional love with John the Baptist, the prophet who has been taken into prison for spreading all kinds of religious fervor. She finds in his words a way out of this life and a way towards a more meaningful life. She has him removed from his prison cell so that she can talk to him. She's looking for guidance and instruction, but she can only talk to him in the terms that she knows, which are what she's grown up with, which is physical desire. The prophet, who is in fact, in a way, almost attracted to her, rejects her totally.
This dance is an orchestral number, and it's called the Dance of the Seven Veils. She famously takes off, in most productions anyway, 7 veils to reveal her naked body underneath. Scandal everywhere. The challenge for Strauss was to try to achieve the sultry, the erotic in music. Now, how to do that? Well, he's very cleverly used Middle Eastern or Middle Eastern sounding melodies. And he's used the vamp. Setting a musical groove, which is very important for a dance. And brings you right in, and you feel yourself starting to move to the music as you listen to it. Now it becomes ever more sensual. These little snippets of theme, whether it's which creates a part of the musical groove, will lead Strauss to actually include themes that you've heard before in the opera. This is the Salome theme itself. She's a very nubile and mobile girl. It really arrests your attention, and there's an air of trying to draw Herod towards her, trying to entice him and tease him, which is so clear in the music. Now the tempo ratchets up. All this is leading to the main theme, which is slow and serpent-like. Again, the waltz accompaniment is there. The melody becomes irresistible, becomes very symphonic now, and becomes faster and faster. On and on and on, and the orchestra gets larger and larger and louder, and then it goes into a real waltz, but this time instead of 3 beats to the bar, 1 to the bar. And very light and, yes, sexy, I would say.
Salome is given the head on the salver, and the final scene of the opera is Salome finding some kind of union in love and some purpose to her life, kissing a man for the first time in her life. It happens to be the decapitated head. It is a scene which is filled, of course, with revulsion and horror, but somehow Strauss's music managed to also make this feel like some kind of redemption for Salome before Herod gives the order that she should be killed.